Alright guys, what it do? It's your boy X coming at you guys with another video. And in today's video, I'm going to pretty much tell you guys how I was able to save up and purchase my first homes. Exactly what I did step by step to get to the point where I was able to save up and buy an actual house. Because I know a lot of people actually have trouble saving. A lot of people are actually struggling to get their first house because they think you need so much. Well, you technically don't need as much as you think. So today I'm going to show you guys and tell you guys what I did and what you actually need to do so you also can get your first home. Alright guys, so before I get into today's video, would you consider subscribing to my YouTube channel? On this channel, we talk about personal finances, credit card, credit scores, houses, stocks, the whole thing. Because that is pretty much what my hobby is. That is pretty much what I do. I pretty much consume myself with as much financial information as possible to help progress myself forward to achieve my overall goal, which is to be self-sustainable, where I don't have to depend on my job for every nickel and dime that I make. So if you like personal finance, if you like this sort of thing, you're trying to better yourself, consider subscribing and most definitely like this video. Appreciate that. So let's get to the topic at hand. All right, so the topic at hand is, how did I save for my first house? And I know a lot of people would love to get their hands on their first house, and I'm not going to stump with you guys. It is not an easy task, but it's a task that you can most definitely achieve easily. Now, a lot of people think you gotta have the world's greatest credit score. You gotta have all the dollar bills on the planet. Not true. Not true. Me, myself, I purchased my first home with as little as 3.5% down. And for anybody who don't know what I mean by 3.5% down, that is where you put 3.5% of the value of your home down to purchase a house. You can do this with an FHA loan. That is exactly what I did. This is the pretty much easiest way to get your first home, because the reason why a lot of people think you need so much money to get into houses is they do numbers. 3.5%, 5%, 10%, 20%, 25%. But some of these, depending on how you're trying to do the property, some of these properties you have to put those 25, 20%, 10%, 5%. But if you're just getting your foot in the door, I strongly recommend getting your first home with an FHA loan, which is the lowest percent you can possibly get that in, and that's 3.5%. So at that point, you look for a house that's generally in your range. Do the math on that, 3.5%. For anybody who don't know how to do that math, pretty much what you would do is X would be the value of your home. Let's just say your house was 100,000. You would do 100,000 times 3.5. That should give you the number that you're looking for. All right, so like I said, to get that percent, what you would do is pretty much do a little math. Pull out your calculator on your iPhone, and pretty much you're gonna do it as this. Say it's 3%, right? You're gonna do 100 times 0.03. Enter, and there you go. It should be 3,000. Now, if you do 3.5%, that will be 3,500. That is how you can do the percent on how much you would need for your house. And the reason I'm telling you guys this equation is, in different places, the houses can vary. Like here in Memphis, you can buy a decent house for like 100K, between 100 and 150K. That is not the case for like California, for like New York. So that is why I'm giving you guys the layout, how you can do that. And even easier way to do this, if you're on realtor.com or Zillow, you scroll down on Realtor and it'll say like monthly payment. It'll have that house value, and it will say literally down payment, and to the right of that will be percent. It's probably going to be a 20. Erase that out, put 3.5, and look to your left. That will be how much money you would need to put down for said house. Right? All right. So now that you understand that, FHA loans can get you there, let's talk about how you can actually put yourself in a position to have that 3.5%. Now, a lot of people do not do this. A lot of people do not. They claim they do it, but they don't do it efficient enough. That is budgeting your money. And I'm not talking like, I got a budget. You know what I'm saying? I just spend. That's what you do. That's not a budget. Literally, I budget my money to the T. When I say to the T, pretty much I get paid every 2 weeks. I will literally give myself $50 for food for said 2 weeks. I will go in and fill up my gas tank. I went nowhere. Nowhere. And I know people that say that's a little extreme to not go nowhere. I literally did not. Every day, all day, except Sundays, pretty much I would just go to work and be at work for as long as possible. Come home, pocket as much money as I can, pay those bills, start working on your credit. But overall, the thing that actually got me there was budgeting. You can use Personal Capital is a good budgeting app. You can use Mint.com. There's one I personally use also. You can put in your bills. You can put in your bank statements. You can put in your credit card. And this will map it all out for you. What you spending, what you have coming in. And what it also do, it has a budgeting feature in there where you can set your limit on food, gas, expenses. So that way you can see, these apps are very, very, very useful. I know a lot of people is like, well, that kind of suck. I don't like that. If you like me and you use the app, but you don't use the app, boom. Oh, reliable. You hear me? If you guys do not believe me when I tell you, I track it all. I am extra. Like, give you a little glimpse into my world here, right? First page here, we have active accounts, right? I don't know if you guys can see that, but these are active accounts. I have all this written down, all of it. It's not a joke. It's not a joke. It's not a joke. I write I write my stocks down. I subtract my checks and all my bills a month. Like this here, very important to me. But like I said, I use that always. I just like to write it down so I can really absorb the information. And I also do use Mint. Now, when it's come to using these apps and things of that nature, if you use your phone a lot, I would strongly recommend it. Strongly recommend it. That way it be in your face all the time. Fortunately, if you're not like me, I wake up checking my bank account. I go to sleep checking my bank accounts. I don't know. I just don't feel right not checking my bank account when I wake up. It's literally impossible for me not. I can't get out of bed without checking the account, and I'm not gonna go to sleep without checking it again. That's me. I got to the point now where my finances are A1. I want to know what's coming in, what's going out, how much, what's left. I like it that way. But you must do what's best for you and see what works for you. Hey, if the app works better, use the app. If you don't like the app, you need to write it down. But do it. It's the point I'm trying to get across here. You must budget. Without budgeting, you're leaving too much on the table. Because everybody assumes that it's just a little $3 here. It's just a little $5 here. And you're just like, I ain't gonna amount to nothing. I can swing it. And then you get to the end of the week and you just like, where'd my money go? It was that $3 here. It was that $5 here. Oh, you thought you could just budget. You see what I'm saying? Like, it kind of sucks, but then what happens? It just chips away at you. Chip. Now, another thing that you can do if you're trying to get a house, like I said, it varies by place to place. I never lived somewhere ultra expensive. If you live somewhere ultra expensive, move. If you don't want to move, hey, you need a lot of friends, roommates forever, unite. But outside of that, like for me, when I went to get my first house, my whole thing around me financing my first house when I found me a realtor and I wanted to talk to the bank. I want a house note the exact same price as I was paying in rent. Now you may ask, why? You can go out and get your finances, everything together. You can go out and you can buy you a $250 house, $350, $450 house. But I wanted it around the same price of my rent because it was a number that I knew if I was able to save my money and gradually build and grow towards the house with the amount I was paying in rent, if I got a house around that same figure, I can continue my journey of growth and just build. I didn't want to know, I can get a house. You didn't get the what's the maximum you give me? What you what 270,000? Okay, 270. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna buy me $270 house. No, I literally got what was literally in my budget because I used those apps like Mint, Personal Capital. I wrote them down. I knew what my budget was. I knew how much I was able to spend. Just because I got approved for a house, I didn't want to go out and get the biggest and nicest and most fanciest house because then my budget would fall to pieces. I bought in my price range, and by doing so, it's allowed me to grow and grow and grow to now where I'm going to purchase my second home. Yes, I purchased my first home in 2019, November. It is 2021 and I am officially purchasing my second home. And how was I able to do that? Because I bought a home in my price range. I budgeted my money. I continued to go to work no matter how sucky it was. Kept pushing myself. And now I'm on my second home. I'm less than 30 years old. I have a well thought out and maintained budget that I do not exceed. And things are really starting to look up for me. So I want to help spread the knowledge because I see a lot of people think, I need a 650 credit score. I got to have all this money. You don't. You really need 3.5% down or whatever house you're trying to purchase. You really just need like a 550, truthfully, a 550 credit score, right? You can get a home. It's not as hard as people think. And the key thing to stop people, believe it or not, is budgeting. Just by budgeting, just by working constantly, just by growing every day, you can get a home. Like I said, I am nothing special. I'm not a doctor, not an engineer, I'm not a truck driver, I'm not a plumber, none of the sorts. I'm a mail carrier. I walk for a living. That's pretty much my job. Walk and reach my arm out like this. In the mailbox. So look, in the mailbox. You can do it. Like I said, my job not the only job that pays decent. You got a lot of companies out there that pay decent, but just having a job that pays decent doesn't secure that you're just going to get everything you need. The thing that secured this, it wasn't my job. It was me managing my money. And that's what a lot of people fail to realize. They think, if I just made more money. If I could just get more hours. If you can just micromanage your money, that should be what you tell yourself. If I can manage my money, because whether you make 100,000 or 100 million, if you can't manage the money, the end result would always be the same. And I know you think that sounds like malarkey, but it's not. You give somebody $100, $10, and $1,000, and if they just overspend, they just overspend. That's just the way it is. You're not going to start going cheaper because you got more money. When you get more money, you're going to buy things that's more expensive. So I don't know where people get the ideology that, now that I have money, I'm going to buy cheaper things. No, you're not. No, you're not. Stop lying to yourself. That ain't cool. But that's my take on it. This is what I did to get a house. It is not the only way. Do not think that this is the only way you can get a house. But these are the basics. Working, budgeting your money, and understanding what you actually have to do to get your foot in the door. Do actual research. Due diligence. Don't just take what people say. And I know a lot of people are people who you get information from other people and you run with it. It's cool to get the information from people, right? But get that information from people and then, while you just sitting there on the couch one night just watching TV, hey, pick your phone up. Google what he said or what she said and see for yourself what they were talking about. You'll dive into a world and just have so much information at the palm of your hand. Just, oh, okay, I see what they're. Oh, all right, and then you okay, yeah. Then you start to understand better. Just don't take what one person said. Not even myself, right? I'm nobody special, but budgeting, working, and understanding what your actual goal is can actually push you there to get that house. Push you. But it's your boy X here, and I'm out.